So this is a problem using percent table, or if you want to use drawing, you may also be able to use the drawing to do the problem. Personally, I prefer percent table. And so if the normal rainfall for August is 2.5 inches, but only 1.75 inches of rain fell in August. So then what percent of the normal rainfall fell in August? So when we do percent problems, remember percent is a fraction. It's a special fraction, something out of 100. So whenever we deal fractions, we want to look for the whole, the portion and the whole. So here is the question we are asking to solve, that what percent, which is the fraction, of what? Out of the normal fall. So anything after of, it's our whole. So that's the whole here, which is the normal rainfall. The normal rainfall has 2.5 inches. So we're going to write down the whole is 2.5 inches, which makes the other one, the fraction, the actual rainfall. This is going to be our portion. Okay, so I have both of them labeled, the whole and the portion. And so we can set up a percent table. So remember, when we set up a percent table, it's always one column has percent, the other column has amount, like a number amount. And okay, so when we start, I have two different solutions, but when you start, you can write down, okay, so I have the number amount. We have two numbers. So I'm just going to put 2.5 and 1.75 here. And the percentage corresponds to 2.5. Remember, 2.5 is the whole, which means the percentage is 100%. And what's the percentage for the portion, which is what the one we need to solve for. Okay, so this is when after we set up, and this is what we see here. So we need to solve for the percentage. So which means we need to find a relationship between 2.5 and 1.75. Compared to whole numbers, it's a little difficult to see. And so I actually give you two different solutions. So one thing you could do is, and one way you could do is you turn the decimal to a whole number. Maybe that will help us a little bit. So I multiply 2.5 by 10 to get 25. So we have to do exact the same operation for the percentage. And so we got 1,000%. 100 times 10 gives us 1,000%. And then we're going to turn 25 into 1 by dividing the number by the self. So 25 divided by 25 gives us 1. And we also do the same thing to the percentage. So 1,000 divided by 25 gives us 40%. And when we get 1 corresponding to 40%, now it's easy to get 1.75, because whatever number you need, we have 1, we want to get 1.75, we just multiply whatever the number is. So notice that I multiply by 1.75 here to the number. We also have to multiply the percentage by 1.75. And that gives us 70%. For that part, if you have a little bit trouble, you can use your calculator. But we will talk about how to do this in chapter 5, how to multiply decimals. So that gives us the percentage corresponding to 1.75 is 70%. And there are other ways you could do. So in this case, I got rid of decimal, I turned that into a whole number, and then I turned 2.5 to 25, and then I turned 25 to turn 25 to 1. 25 to 1, and then I turn 25 to 1.75 by doing these highlighted operations. There are other ways you could do is, for example, if you notice this, so this is the solution is the second solution. This is, I guess, first solution. The second solution is a little tricky, and it's probably hard to think of. And so instead of multiply by 10, we divide both number by 10. So that turns 2.5 to 0.25. And next we're going to we're going to take 0.25 and multiply by 6. This might be a little hard to see. 0.25 times 6 is 1.5. So you can kind of do that on your scratch paper. 5 times 6 is 30. 2 times 6, 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. And with the 2 decimal places, it's going to be 1.5. So again, you can use the calculator to do that part. And notice that 0.025 and the 1.5, they add up to exactly 1.75. So after we did these two operations, we're going to use these two rows, and we are going to add these two amounts. So we're going to add 0.25 and 1.5. Correspondingly, we're going to add their corresponding percentages, 10% and 60%. That gives us the total of 70%. Again, the second solution might be a little difficult to see, so you can go with the first solution.